Okay. It's the first time I've done that. Started the camera recording on my phone instead of hitting a button on the top of the camera, you know, the record button or the picture button or whatever, like one of the two buttons on the camera that I look at as a multi-function thing. But I think the multi-function button on the camera would be like the power button, because it's a mode button as well. Well, actually I should do this. Start the video off properly. Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Hood Tour episode 5. I intended on doing this video yesterday, but couldn't because I really didn't have that much time, because the weather's being, you know, it was flip-flopping like Mother Nature didn't know what she wanted, whether it was the rain or the not rain, or be nice or not, or whatever. Because it was, you know, without the wind, for the times I got to go out and bike yesterday, because I did a double vlog yesterday, and without the wind, it was, you know, I could tell it was a little humid, you know, but it wasn't that, you know, the hot, sticky humid. It was the cool, damp type of humid. Or it was the damp type of humid, like when it rains and shit. Up here. And then the hot humid is when it's like stupid hot and it gets gross and sticky. So back to the multi-mode thing. I think the power button is the multi-mode, but I think the power button is the actual multi-function, the multi-function button, because you know, you can switch between video, photo, time lapse, then I think you can, you know, obviously turn the camera on and off. For some cameras, like my cheap cameras, that you can access the settings as, you know, on the power button too. For some, and then all that other shit. I mean, GoPro is different, you know, like I keep saying, or I've said in past videos. GoPro is so fucking different from everything else that I've used, but that's in a good way, because I think GoPro is better than the cheap cameras. You know, when I got the cheap cameras, I think GoPro was only out to up to the Hero 8 for the newest camera at the time. It might have even been the, I don't know, between Hero 5 and the Hero 8. Somewhere in there, I forget. When I started getting into the action camera shit, that was back in like 2016, 2017, maybe 2018 at the latest, but I think it was 2017 at the latest. And that was around the same time I started watching like the mountain biking vloggers, you know, like, or you know, the mountain bike YouTubers like Seth's Bike Hacks. At the time, that's what the name of the channel was, but now it's Burn Peak. Same guy, but you just changed the name. Seth's Bike Hacks. This is way back when I was still Seth's Bike Hacks. I watched him. BKXC, obviously, I still watch him. I was starting to get into all the videos down in Baird's and you know, and I wanted to do all that too because I thought it was fucking cool. You know, that people are showcasing their rides on video. You know, that's what started me or caused me to get into this shit and all that, and you know, that's how my channel started. You know, watching, you know, people like BKXC and Seth's Bike Hacks, and you know, watch him. You know, then I eventually started watching him build the trail, and you know, at Burn Creek, you know, at his first house. Well, his actual first house that he owned. And that was, I think, when he moved to North Carolina. Yeah, when he moved to North Carolina. Because he had a house down in Florida, because he lived in Florida when he started the channel Seth's Bike Hacks. You know, back when it was still Seth's Bike Hacks. Started that down in Florida, then he moved to North Carolina with it, and then now changed it to Burn Creek, or Burn Peak. Because when it was still Seth's Bike Hacks, he had the Burn Creek trail in his first North Carolina house. Or wherever it was that he lived. I just think it's North Carolina, so that's what I'm going to stick with. You know, and he was traveling all over the world. You know, he was, or at least all over the United States. You know, he's been to Sedona and Moab and and obviously at the time he was sponsored with Diamondback, which I'm me personally, I got nothing against them. You know, I have nothing against Diamondback, but I got, you know, I don't really like Diamondback because I've always stuck with the big name brands that you've seen in like X Games and stuff like that. You know, like Haro and Hoffman and GT and Sabrosa, all that shit. You know, someone's having a fire. You know, I stuck with, you know, brands like that, you know, but then I had my Iron Horse, you know, getting that, you know, seen on the internet, and this seen on the internet, and, you know, my Fat Tire, you know, and you know, like I said, I've mainly, you know, BMX wise and all that shit, you know, I stuck to brands that seen X Games, you know, like Haro, Hoffman, you know, brands like that, and then you just start getting into new school. You know, like my Fit Bike Co. You know, you got obviously Fit Bike Co. and Sabrosa and Stranger and all that shit. You know, so that's why I didn't. I mean, I rode GT too, which your channel's seen that bike once, but I think, yeah, no, good hit, you know, like maybe 3-4 times. I got a vlog too. This is for sure going to be a multi-part episode, so. You know, this channel's seen the GT for sure twice, you know. Second time for sure it was after I gave it up. You know, I gave it to my brother. So, depending on where this guy goes, oh, I could go. I could go down to the parking lot, although he's going down that way though.